California's gold is seen statewide on California Public Television. This series is endorsed by the California Teachers Association, the California School Boards Association, and the California Library Association. Hello, everybody. I'm Huell Hauser. Get ready for an artsy adventure with a twist. Now, let's set the stage. Where are we, Shelley? I know we're in Long Beach, downtown Long Beach, but where in downtown Long Beach?
This is the part of downtown Long Beach that's been designated as the East Village Arts District.
An arts district. There, you can tell it's an arts district right off the bat, can't you?
That's right.
Lots of arts going on down here.
That's right, a lot of creative folks.
But we are here to attend. Now, lots of people are familiar with art walks, like the fourth Thursday of each month in downtown LA or in Santa Ana. You walk around and visit different galleries. This is a little different. It only happens once a year here in Long Beach. And what is this art walk all about?
Sound.
Sound. So it is a sound walk.
Exactly. It's walk around and hear the sounds, nothing to buy, and everything to enjoy.
So it's all about the audio, the sound, and there's some visual involved as well, but we're basically talking about installations that deal with sound.
Primarily deal with sound, but as you said, a lot of them use other means. There's some visual, there's some projection, sculpture elements, but the main element is sound.
And these artists, are these artists who deal in things other than sound, or do they kind of gear everything for sound for this particular show?
Well, some of them are sound artists and they do this as their primary medium. Some of them are sculptors or painters that they do sound, but mainly they are sound artists.
And that's what this is all about, sound. And here's the map right here for the 5th annual Sound Walk from 5 until 10 o'clock at night. It's still kind of early. Momentum is building, but we're ready to go. We've got our map. There are over 60 sound artists in this show, right?
Right, 60 installations. There's actually more than 60 artists involved.
And I've been peeking around. Boy, we are in for a treat. Get ready. Here we go on the Long Beach Sound Walk. Here we go. We're starting things off in a very creative way. What is going on here, fellas?
Well, this is our bikes, Marianne and Ginger.
Marianne and Ginger,
right.
From Gilligan's Island.
From Gilligan's Island.
Okay. And what's the deal on the sound?
They're mobile sound percussion.
Mobile sound percussion. So what? When you move this thing around,
yeah, our fishing poles do that
it makes
bouncy
the sound.
stuff.
You got a cowbell on
Cowbells
here.
and jingles.
And who came up with this idea?
We both did.
Wow.
Just inspired by
Very creative. Have you been in the Sound Walk before?
This is my 3rd year.
And how is this top them all right
yeah,
here?
this is the most fun we've ever had. Absolutely.
All right, well, let's see you go on off into the distance.
Okay.
Can you ride down the sidewalk for us? There they go.
All right.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. I told you, we're going to have a lot of fun. Very creative. They've stopped.
like limits, line, listen, literacy, little, lives.
What is this?
This is Adam Fong. He's doing the 2005 George Bush State of the Union address, but the words are reorganized so that they're in alphabetical order instead of doing them in the order that Bush
said them.
Right.
Who came up with this idea?
I think it's his. This is Adam Fong. He's a composer. He looks into new ways to explore sound.
But he can't stop.
Right, he can't stop. No, I don't think he would stop.
So we can't stop
ask
him in the middle of the 2005 State of the Union
No,
address.
we got to wait for the Z's, and then we'll stop him.
Let's listen to this. Just watch.
Measured, measures, medical, medicine, meet, meetings, members, memory, men, message, middle.
This is the most bizarre piece of sound art
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
Well, you know, I'm looking here. He has 3 different pieces that are all about the different State of the Unions that Bush has done. So this one is the words, and then he has a musical interpretation about the deaths in Iraq, and then he has a third one that's just the applause. There's no words. It's just people clapping as the Congress claps.
All right, we're moving on.
Okay.
Morning.
Now this is very interesting. Just 2 boxes, 2 little stands here with 2 megaphones. And here's the artist right here. What's going on?
Well, we're an artist group. We're called Finishing School, and this piece is called Stand Deliver, and it's a mobile unit. And the idea is that it can move around in public spaces, and people could mount the platforms and then engage in any kind of debate.
Free speech.
Exactly.
And that's what sound is all about.
Yes.
So you're encouraging people to come here, stand up on the thing, and speak their mind, express their opinions, make some noise. That's what this country needs, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What in the world is going on here?
Well, I'm a sound artist, and when I go through swap meets or stores, I look at utensils and pots and pans, and instead of thinking cooking, heck no, I think of auditory sounds like, and it's just not a pot lid anymore.
Wow.
So
this is as simple as, look, you've got a whole orchestra down here.
Dude.
All over here, this is all, every single pot and every single pan has the potential for being part of the art scene.
Absolutely. They have their own tones, their own notes, and depending on where you hold them, how you hold them, and what you hit them with, they sound different.
Wow.
So,
Have you ever made a CD?
I do. In fact, I do have a sound clip of kitchen doors slamming, cupboards, and dog dishes, and all kinds of things.
Look at this guy over here. You're having a good time.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a great time, Hal.
Look at this.
Hi. Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Joyful noise.
Beat on those pots and pans. Beat on those pots and pans. Wow. It just goes on and on.
Loving it.
Oh, there.
It's a little risque, but it's art, and it's all about sound. We have the artist right here. You got to explain this.
This is an interactive piece. It's entitled Gossip.
Gossip?
Gossip. And that's what it's about.
So explain this, because this is fascinating.
Well, it's the idea that with gossip, you don't know where it's coming from or where it's going to go. Kind of magically appears at different places with different people.
All right, and here's what's interesting. This is only half of the installation. Come on back here and take a look at the other half. And let's kind of explain now. Come on over here, Cameron, so we can get it all in juxtaposition. How does this work? This is what's just amazing about this.
Well, it's like gossip. It's magic.
So
it's
how
metaphysical.
What's happening? Explain.
Well, what they're saying, they hear it over here, or they repeat it.
All right. Can you say something?
I like your green shirt, Huell. I know, he looks hot. He looks hot.
So what they're saying down there...
And you don't know. You never know about gossip. What they're going to say, you know.
You're hearing them say here.
Yep.
Repeat it.
Yep, exactly.
Why are they naked?
Well, because a lot of times the people who have the most to gossip have the least, or probably in the least position to gossip.
The least clothes on.
Yes. It's kind of the emperor's clothes.
Just trying to get a little attention. What do I have to do?
This is so much fun.
Well, thank you.
How do you think of something like
it's
this?
my warped personality. I don't know.
The next stop is Washington Station. The next stop is Washington Station.
Now we're here at a bus stop. And what are we listening to here?
We're listening to conversations that people have had on public transportation.
You recorded conversations.
Yes.
Let's hear them. People talking.
Yeah, yep, just people talking about all kinds of stuff.
And why is this art? No, I mean that in the kindest way.
You can't ask that kind of question. Why is it not art? It's art.
Well, that's true.
It's art because it's about people, and it's about how people interact, and it's about the stories they have to tell each other. And I'm really interested in people's stories and the narratives about, what's going on in their lives. And
were you surprised at the kind of things you heard?
Oh yeah. People say all kinds of stuff out loud. I mean, you're thinking, we can hear you. They're sitting there talking about their boyfriends, or how their kid's gone wrong, or it's pretty amazing.
And you
stuff.
recorded it, and it's all being revealed right here. As part of Soundwalk. I'm listening for something juicy. I'm just hearing the sounds of the... it'll come up. Does it get juicier later on?
Yeah, there's a couple of juicy places. There's actually a woman who's talking about how she doesn't have custody of her child and how she's having fights with the husband about it.
Is it legal to do something like this?
I would think that we're in a public place and people are talking out loud or talking on their cell phones.
We just saw it. It's free speech.
Yeah, so...
Fun doing this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it in New York and Los Angeles. So.
Be careful when you're on mass transit. Look out for her when you start having a conversation about private things, right?
Yeah, well, you just need to think about what you're talking about in public.
People are fascinated by the mannequins, but look what we just found. There's noise coming out of the drain here. What is this? I mean, is this an official entry in Soundwalk?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Who's the artist?
The artist's name is Carlin Wing.
Where is Carlin Wing?
I don't know.
But Carlin's idea was to put a speaker
into the storm drain.
Into the storm drain. What do you all think about this?
Well, we're just trying to figure out where it begins, actually. We're trying to get a program.
We got one right here. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Excellent.
Yeah.
No, we're looking for my friend who's doing an exhibit.
But there's art all around us.
I know. So
you got the mannequins.
Those are fabulous.
You got great noise coming out of the street drain.
And the locations and their numbers here.
Awesome.
Did you know what you were getting into?
Yes, I actually came looking for this. I did, because I'm looking for my friend.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Now we've come upstairs in one of the buildings here in downtown Long Beach. What's going on here?
This is a drone ritual, and it's a cleansing meditational ritual where we play for 5 hours in one note.
Wait a minute. 5 hours on one note?
Right. Actually, in this instance, we're doing a chord. So it's 3 notes in one chord, but they're played simultaneously over 5 hours.
How long have you been playing already?
Since 5 o'clock, so probably about an hour.
So you still got an hour to go.
4 hours.
4 hours of one note.
Right.
Look over here. We have more people over here. Look at this. Look over here. Wow. This is, come on over here. This is I've never heard anything like this.
Well, it's like I said, we all kind of have a hectic society we live in. So when you do this, it's exactly like meditation. And when you go through this process, you leave here and you feel like you're kind of floating, you're levitating, you're just happy, you're full of life.
And this is what they're going to be doing for 5 hours. Look at this. Let's just listen to this for a minute. One note. Okay, what is this all about?
I think what we've been really lacking lately in this nation is a feeling of hope. And I'm kind of modestly proposing that we bring the hope back. And I'm bringing the hope back tonight with this iconic music that really stands for hope.
Yeah.
Yes, episode 4, A New Hope.
It's making a strange and wonderful noise. What's going on here?
Well, each one of these things is playing a little looped melody. They're all going.
You have them installed all up in here.
Well, the plan was to have them go all the way around, but I didn't have enough. It took me 2 weeks just to make 6 of these. So.
And what is this supposed to evoke?
Well, it's the main idea I had was taking sound and actually spreading it out over a space rather than, you know, when you go to a concert and you actually watch people on stage, the sound's coming from one source. I wanted the sound to be spread out over space. That's why I wanted it to be over the whole thing. Here. But it's a little quiet, so I had to kind of concentrate it.
Well, it's kind of subtle, but yeah, I can get into that.
There's a lot of competition.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Next year you'll have enough to do the whole thing.
Next year I'll have 20 of them.
All right. Now, what are we doing here? Where are we?
We are at the First and Elm Community Garden here in downtown Long Beach.
So wait a minute, this is always here.
This is always here, absolutely.
Look at this. This is a piece of art.
Welcome to the garden.
In itself. Is there sound in the garden?
There is, throughout the garden, if you keep walking back
well, let's
through.
Walk. Boy, this is unexpected right here in the middle of downtown Long Beach.
Yes, we're very proud of our garden.
How long has this been here?
How long, Patrick?
20 years.
You're kidding.
No.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, this was a chapel. This building next to us used to be a chapel, and the sisters that took care of the chapel would take care of this garden before it became a community garden. He's our ambassador to the community garden. That's Mantis Man.
Yay, Mantis.
Does he make any noise?
No, he doesn't talk. But basically, these are all plots that people rent out, and we grow organic produce. You know, our mission is sort of to encourage people to live sustainably, using the ground at their feet to grow healthy things.
Even in the city.
But I haven't heard any sound.
Well, we probably could hear the sound of frogs maybe over near the pond, and maybe the sounds of birds and things like that. Kind of subtle. We wanted just to make it the garden after dark. So kind of some subtle sounds you might hear in nature.
Because you see, that's interesting. Not all sounds, you don't have to be hit over the head with them.
Absolutely,
Some of the best sounds are sounds that you have to really be quiet and listen for.
And you come upon, absolutely.
And those
That's
are the kind of sounds you would hear all year round in the community garden.
Absolutely. We've got the birds that come, the raccoons that come, the possums that come. Yeah. We encourage the wildlife. Us too.
Now this is very interesting. What are we listening to now?
This is abstract jazz. They go from right on jazz to abstract jazz. They're experimental music.
And who are they? Where are they from?
This is Lamar, and they're from Palomar College in San Diego.
Wow. And what's the theme? Why is this person dressed like this?
Birds are the theme.
Oh, it's a bird theme.
Yes.
Wow.
They are incredible.
This is so interesting.
Yes, it's really neat.
And boy, they really fill up your studio with sound, don't they?
Yes, they do. We're really lucky to have them.
This is all improvised, free-flowing.
Yes, all improvised music. They'll go from a jazz melody to just this far-out sound. This man, he plays wash tubs, he plays cymbals, he plays drums.
Proud father of a sound artist.
Absolutely. This is Andrew Johnson. He's a student at USD in San Diego.
And you support him in his artistic endeavors.
Absolutely. It's whatever his dreams are and whatever he wants to do. We support him 100% in this.
And looking at the installation, you said that part of it, the ladder...
The ladder is mine. The rest of the gear is his.
Okay, great. Let's meet the artist, Huell Hauser.
Hi there, Andrew Johnson.
Nice to meet you. This is fascinating. Explain what we've got going on here.
Well, we got Bob Dylan singing "Blowing in the Wind," and as the audience comes up, they get blown in the wind there.
So you've got a fan going here that blows the microphone over the speaker that Bob Dylan is singing "Blowing in the Wind."
That's right.
Through.
That's it. You get some feedback, you get some echo, and it's a little nostalgic.
How do artists come up with these kinds of ideas?
I dreamed it.
You're kidding.
No, I dreamed it.
You dreamed this whole thing?
Yeah. Right, I dreamed it, woke up and wrote it down and went back to bed.
Does it have a name?
It's called "Blowing in the Wind."
The answer is blowing in the wind.
Talk about subtle. This is one of the most creative installations in the entire Soundwalk, because I walked in here and here are these rocks and you don't hear anything.
It's very quiet.
And here's the artist. Your name is?
Lewis Keller.
And tell everybody now what the sound is if you're quiet in here and listen carefully.
Yeah, so a couple sounds. The motor makes this very consistent, regular pulsing sound. But then because of the, natural forms of the rocks, you get this sort of chaotic clicking and scraping.
You have a string here that's being pulled by the machine here, pulling this rock, look at this, over the other rocks. And as it is pulled, well, boy, it's barely moving. There it goes. There. It makes, wow, that is, it makes a noise.
Very subtle noise.
How did you think of this?
After a lot of back and forth discussion, we had all these plans for all sorts of different things.
That is so creative.
It was a collaborative thing, so.
And it points up again. The sounds that are sometimes the most meaningful are the most obscure, and you can barely hear them.
Trying to encourage close listening, I guess.
Yeah, because in today's world, everything is so loud.
Saturated with noise.
And, and this thing is all about the sound of a single stone being pulled over other stones. Wow. I'm not sure what we're looking at right here.
These are two Apple laptops on swings. They're networked together.
Computers on
swings. The idea is you normally never see a laptop on a swing that you can come and interact with and push.
And you're hearing?
We're hearing sound based on how far you push. So if I push this one,
push it forward,
it'll make the other one go. So if I push this, there's a little accelerometer which senses the motion of the laptop.
Are you a computer guy or an artist?
I'm a computer music composer, and
that's a good combination.
Exactly right, and I teach up at CalArts.
Now, does this have a practical use to it? Well, art doesn't have to.
Well,
be
no,
practical.
It doesn't have to at all. But it's more the danger aspect of not danger, but just it's fun. People often come up and are sort of timid, a little afraid to push them. And
here, push that.
The idea
it's beginning to slow down.
Get a good push here. Give them a good swing, and they really swing around, and based on the movement, it then sends the data over to this laptop, which then makes the sound interact, and then there's a little video camera on each one that processes the video based on the sound that comes out of it.
Wow, well, based upon the crowd that you're gathering here, this is very interesting.
It's fun.
This is cutting edge.
Yes, I guess so, yeah.
Wow, and listen to the sound.
I'll get this one here.
controlling a subwoofer and the microphone that's inside this right here with pedals.
What's the name of this installation?
It's Jose Juarez and the Divine Project.
And this is the artist over here.
This is Jose right here.
What is he playing on over there? What is that instrument?
I couldn't really describe it, but it has a microphone that he built inside of it and a small speaker and some condensers as well.
Look at this thing. Are you playing that right now?
It's It's a lot of things. It's like there's a microphone and there's a kind of a touch sensor here where it kind of crosses the circuit so it makes noise.
Wow. This is very interesting and very loud, but it's art. The art of sound. We got a whole crowd of people here to listen to this wonderful piece of art. Now, your name is?
Jay Nolan.
You're not the artist.
I am not.
Where is the artist?
The artist is out and about making more sound art.
All right, but you're here to represent the artist.
I am. I'm a friend and quite familiar with her work, so she asked me to.
What is this?
Now, if we move close, you can see that it resembles a bird nest, and the sound itself would make one think it is a bird nest.
Let me hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, take a listen.
Wow.
However, this is not a bird sound. This is, in fact, Becca Walker, the artist, making chirping sounds.
She made these
That
noises.
is her making those sounds.
Oh, my God.
And so this artist is very interested in the relationship between human and animals and the stewardship of animals and how we relate. And so, here she creates this serendipitous event where you're walking down an alley and you come across what you think is a bird nest, and you think you're hearing birds, but in fact, you're hearing her, the artist.
That is truly amazing.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? It's very subtle.
Well, you know what? We have just scraped the surface. There are over 60 installations.
Absolutely.
And more artists than that. So we've just tapped the surface, but we have had an absolutely wonderful time down here. This is the first time I'd ever seen the Long Beach Arts District.
Oh, well, aren't you glad you came?
Well, it is itself worth a visit any time of the year.
That's right.
Sidewalk cafes and galleries.
And fabulous little shops.
Shops all over the place. So, I mean, there's a lot to see and do here all year round. But I guarantee you got to come down next year for the 6th annual Soundwalk here in Long Beach. We've had an absolutely wonderful time. Remember, it's all about the sound.
Sound.
Sound. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Huell Hauser, and if you enjoyed this adventure and would like to see it again or share it with family or friends, all you have to do is call 1-800-266-5727, and we'll be glad to send it to you right away.